Hey everybody, welcome back. So I know it's been a while since I've done a video, and I think I probably should explain that a little bit. I've kind of come to the conclusion, now that I'm getting a little older, that I'm just not going to do anything in the summertime here because it's 110 degrees. Arizona's super hot, and it's just too much. So I kind of want to give you a couple updates on what's been going on. We're not going to really do any work in this video. It is like 4 o'clock in the morning right now, and it's still dark outside, but it's cool enough that I can come out here now. It's getting to the point where it's cool. There's a lot going on. So this is a little motor that we put together for a customer. He's doing an early Mustang. It's like a 68 or something. But we've got all of the, what we did is we got a motor out of a Fox body, and we're using all of the fuel injection stuff off of the Fox body, and we did put a better set of heads on it. These are the original valve covers, but they're not going to work because we got rocker studs and different rockers in here, and these are actually hitting the rockers, so we're going to have to do something else with the valve covers. But that's just a small block Ford project. We're updating the early Mustang with all the later model fuel injection stuff. He's going to run the computer and the fuel injection, the fuel pump and everything from the Fox body. So it's kind of a cool project. The biggest thing here is this thing here next to me. So this truck has been sitting in my backyard for like 2 years, and I finally last week decided, you know what, I didn't have an engine and transmission in it. I'm gonna do something with this turkey. So this is a 66 Chevy pickup. Not that unusual. The one thing that is kind of unique about this truck is that it is a C30, which is a 1-ton. And if you look back here, you can see what we got going on. So this is a dually, and it's really super long. This frame is just, I mean, it barely fits in here. So I was actually thinking about taking this differential and moving it up here somehow and kind of cutting the back of the frame off, kind of like they did with Stubby Bob and Roadkill, but I'm not sure. So it does need a lot of work. It does have an engine and a transmission in it, but you can see this thing is, nothing's been done to it. It needs to be restored, needs a windshield, needs to be cleaned up. What's interesting about this engine is everything that is in here, engine and transmission wise, was literally spare parts that I had laying around. I had a block and some heads and a set of pistons and rods, and the internal engine components were all new. It was just new old stock that I had. So I had a set of pistons. The camshaft I bought on Craigslist, and what's funny about the cam is the guy told me it was stock. He's like, oh yeah, it's a $50 for a stock cam instead of lifters. I'm like, oh, that's a bargain, man. I mean, I could have got a cam at my supplier, but I didn't want to get crazy with the cam, you know. So I get the cam in the thing. It's a flat tappet hydraulic, so I put high zinc oil in it, and I did the cam break-in at 2,000 RPMs. Once the 30-minute break-in was done, I let the idle come down, and this cam is idling really rough. This is not a stock cam in this thing. It's got a pretty radical idle in it. So it's idling like it has 290 to 300 advertised duration. I don't know what the lopes up. It's a mystery cam. I don't know what it is, because honestly I didn't degree it or anything, because I figured that's stock, you know. Why do I need to degree a stock cam? So it actually has a pretty radical idle, which is okay. I mean, the heads had really good springs on them that could handle the lift of probably up to like 550, and I know the lift's not that big, but yeah, it's got a rough idle. But I figure these things had, I don't know what the rear end differential gear ratio is on this, but I know that these trucks either had 411s or 456s. So plus it has I don't know if you can see that up there, but yeah, you can't see it. I put a granny gear 4-speed in it. So, and the only reason I put a granny gear 4-speed in it is because that's what I had. I had one laying around, it was good, so I slammed it in. So like I say, I've probably got maybe $200 into this whole motor and transmission combination, and everything is new. Now that doesn't count my labor to bore the block and do the valve job and all that stuff. So, you know, it's as far as out of my pocket goes, and it probably would end up being more than that if I tallied up all the parts that I had purchased in the past that I still had laying around. The radiator, so that's the radiator that was in the truck. I put that thing in. I told my wife, I said, what do you think the chances are that that 30-year-old radiator is not leaking? She says, no chance. So I put the thing in, put the hoses on it, filled it up with, you know, water, and it doesn't leak a drop. Or so I thought. And I'm like, oh, this is great. This thing's not leaking. Yeah, until I warmed the truck up. And then this radiator is leaking from about every possible spot that it can as soon as it develops pressure. So yeah, it's I got to take that radiator back out. So I tried to find a replacement radiator for this thing, and none of the local outlets like AutoZone or O'Reilly's or Napa, none of them have a replacement radiator for this. So yeah, I'm gonna have to take that to a radiator shop or buy something online. But so I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with this truck. I honestly, I didn't really have any plans for it. It does, I mean, this tire here is facing straight forward right now. It's not turned to the left or the right, but if you look on the other side, the other tire's like turned probably 30 degrees. So the front end is, yeah. And just crawling around under the truck, I'm looking at the ball joints and the bushings and everything. And it's like, oh man, this thing needs a whole new front end. But I wanted to get it running and driving, and the motor does run good. I haven't put the drive shaft in it yet, so I know that the engine and transmission is in good shape. I just got to button that up. And honestly, I might just sell this truck. I don't know. If there's anybody out there watching this you're interested in this, I might be willing to sell this truck. I haven't really decided, and it's pretty clean. I mean, it's pretty straight. It does need to be restored, obviously, but it'd be a great project for somebody. But it would have to be the right price. You know, I'm not going to give this thing away. But or I'll, you know, if I don't sell it, I'll probably end up fixing the thing. Another thing I wanted to touch on is this guy right here. This is Michael Ryder's block, and we got a whole series coming up on this one. This is going to be my next big project that I'm going to do. This is a stroker. It's a 390 FE, and we're stroking it, and I believe it came out to 425 or 426. I'm not sure the cubic inch on it, but it's around a 425 to 428 cubic inches. And all of this stuff down here, if you look at all those parts, you can see his coated headers in there, the pistons, the rods, the crank, the rotating assembly is all in there. So that cubby is full of his stuff. This cubby here is full of his stuff. This is all for that FE motor. So these three cubbies are full of stuff for that engine. So we're going to do that build. That's going to be the next big thing coming down the pike. Also, this cubby here, this is our 4-liter inline Jeep engine. That is also coming up too. We're going to do the 390 first, or the FE motor first, because he's been waiting a long time for that. Now, that cubby over there, that is all of the stuff for the small block Ford that we updated, but we're not really doing a video on that. So this cubby down here is all of the stuff from the LS build that we're going to do. So that is coming up. Still got the LS motor, got the block board on that, and we're going to do it. What else do we got? That's some more Jeep stuff there. That's a bunch of stuff from my buddy's 327. So yeah, there's a lot going on here, and so I don't want you guys to. I feel kind of bad. That's the hood for the C30 here. Some of the parts off the front end. I feel kind of bad that I haven't really done a video for quite a while, but well, the thing is, yeah, it's just too hot. So, but I wanted to update you because I know a lot of you guys support this channel, and I know a lot of you guys are I'm getting a lot of questions about, hey, what happened to you? Did you fall off the edge of the earth? No, but you can pretty much count on the fact that what's going to happen pretty much from now on with this channel is that in the summertime when it gets hot, you're not really going to see a lot from me because I've just made up my mind I don't want to do that anymore. It's just too hot here. If I was somewhere where the climate was mild, you know, I'd probably do videos in the summer and, you know, stop in the winter because it's cold. Although I don't mind the cold near as much as the heat. The heat just bugs the heck out of me. So, but hopefully you'll be interested in this update. Oh, and one more thing. Not that it matters, but this is purely cosmetic. But this is what I want to do. So this is the shifter for the Granny Gear 4-speed that I've got in. So let me tell you what I'm thinking for this shifter. What I want to do is I want to cut this shifter off right about here, and I kind of want to. I'll probably cut the end of this rod off. This is just an old rod. And I'm thinking about making this, the end of this thing, my shifter for the truck. So I thought that was kind of cool. Some people think it's stupid, but I think it would be kind of cool to have a connecting rod as a shifter in this old truck. And I want to weld it so it kind of sticks up a little higher than normal. So, you know, when I'm grabbing that shifter, I'm up here shifting, you know. I think that would be kind of cool. Maybe you don't, I do. So, all right. Anyway, that's it for now. I promise you there's more videos coming. Make sure you go to my Patreon site and support this channel. And I really appreciate your support. And believe me, there's going to be a whole bunch of videos coming. So, I'm thinking about one of the things that I'm hearing from the people that are successful making videos is they have like a time every week where they actually make a video or post a video. So I'm thinking about maybe doing a video every week, like on Saturday or something like that. Kind of like that. I don't know if you watch the Motor Trend channel, but they do Roadkill does Roadkill Extra, and it's just a video spot. And I think they do those like every day. So, and it's just like a short 10-15 minute update. So I want to start doing stuff like that to keep you guys in the loop and keep you interested, because I know it's tough when you don't see a video for a long time. Your viewership kind of falls off. But we're coming back, and we're coming back in a big way this next season. So hopefully you're jazzed about this. I know I am. There's going to be a lot coming up. So thank you for watching, and I will talk to you very soon, I promise. Well, this was supposed to be a stock cam, but it is definitely not. Definitely not stock. This thing is cold. Let's see if it'll start. Not picking up the fuel from the pump just yet. got fuel. It's got fuel. It's just cold. Stock cam, yeah, right.